Alright, Mashima, that was pretty well played. Okay, so, yeah, huge fucking reveal to talk about with this chapter, which is that upon reaching her, Mother gives Shiki one hell of an ultimatum, which to my understanding of what she's saying in this chapter, it's the age-old bargain. A life for a life. If Shiki chooses to save all the lives that were lost on his world, then Mother dies. And in that context, it's pretty much what we think, which is that the act of saving those lives will drain what strength Mother has left. Now, it's that second outcome I'm going to need your guys' help to fill in the blanks on if I missed something in this explanation, but if I understand the circumstances correctly of that second option, if Shiki does choose to save Mother, he'll not only have to accept the deaths and those who have already perished, but also the deaths of those that live in this world, as Mother is in no uncertain terms confirms that yes, Witch, Valkyrie, all who exist in this world but died in their universe will die here as well. I'm assuming that that's how it works. I don't know for certain, but it sounds like it. Now, honestly, this is also the part of the equation where I wonder if Mother is throwing Shiki a bit of a trick question, because in an earlier panel she says if Shiki saves her, then she'll assure peace for then that will assure peace for eternity. And to me, that has the mark of something I've been talking about for a while now, which is the merging of all these disparate universes and worlds into one, and fix what befell the world 20,000 years ago, and that merging will cause the death of this universe and all the others. At least that's kind of how I'm interpreting it, but considering how literal Machima seems to have taken things conceptually, I could be completely off base as well. But again, with the knowledge that apparently this was all an agreement made with Mother 20,000 years ago, I'm holding on to this one. I'm holding on to that belief until proven wrong, which, yeah, let's talk about that as well. Because unless this version of Shiki who made the deal was Ziggy, then that would mean Shiki made this agreement with Mother through an unspoken wish as a newborn, which, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it up to Mashima to clarify that one, but yeah, it's like this is like one of those things where it's like it's a complete and utter like it's that life for a life bargain. Even if I didn't explain it correctly, it is that thing where no matter what decision Shiki makes, he's going to have to live with the burden of that decision. Like he is going to be making supposedly a sacrifice ultimately, and it's going to be interesting which decision Shiki makes from here, because I do not envy Shiki at all. Honestly, like I think he's ultimately I think he's going to end up still living with some regrets, even if he does make the quote unquote right decision, you could say. But yeah. Um, with that said, yes, he is. With that said, it is revealed that yes, Zero is 100% fully machine. The only reason he has Shiki's face is because it's just a consciousness that was transferred into a robot body. So, as weird a comparison as it sounds, from what I understanding of the whole situation with Zero, it's kind of like that episode of Futurama where Fry. It's kind of like that episode of Futurama where Fry downloads the personality file of Lucy Liu onto a blank robot, except I imagine the process here was a little more intricate. But even beyond that, given what Mother revealed in this chapter, I do get the feeling Zero is kind of the other side of this coin, because I imagine, much like Shiki's doing now, Zero was presented with a similar scenario, and it ultimately turned into a decision he regretted. So the only way he can make up for that mistake is by killing Mother. Now, again, without context, it's hard to say if this is something that's in favor of my theory or is going to work against it, because the fact that Zero does want to kill Mother is one of those things that does seem to work against my theory that the second option isn't a trick question and that a true sacrifice needs to be made, and Shiki has to live with the decision regardless. But simultaneously, again, with the way Mashima has made this whole world, has set up this whole world with so many varied universes and scenarios, this could still be different from how it played out with Zero, because Shiki might be more willing to also shoulder whatever burden comes from the decision he makes, whereas Zero couldn't bear the weight of that decision from the sounds of it. And and honestly, I do think that with as much pain and suffering as our Shiki has been through, I think whatever decision Shiki does make, it is something he is willing to bear the burden of, more so than probably others. And and but it's like it's ultimately the decision again of like what is going to be that decision. Like there really is no good, from the way Mashima set this up, there really is no good outcome. No matter what decision Shiki makes, apparent from the sounds of it, sacrifices are going to be made, and I'm not I'm not really gonna like any of these. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I'm really not gonna like any of these sacrifices he's gonna make, any of the decisions he's gonna make. Like, like Mashima has proven he's willing to be cruel, and this is probably the cruelest scenario he could put Shiki through right now. Um, but okay, yeah, and honestly, things are going a little too smoothly over with the Starshines right now. Because on one hand, I do appreciate how Mashima is giving them a little bit of a reprieve, but it is unsettling how that one little section of this chapter with the Starshines truly did feel like a calm before the storm, before shit starts hitting the fan again. And I know for a lot of readers, there's been a lot of uncertainty of whether Cure and Freya are going to be the threats we want them to be. But honestly, with this new wrinkle Mother has thrown at Shiki, I feel this almost guarantees them to be more of a threat than the others, because at that point, like it's like at that point, if Freya and Cure end up throwing things into absolute chaos and absolutely just mowing shit down, then that's then it's going to throw Shiki into that situation where he has to make a choice at that point. Even if it's one he may not like, it may be the only choice he can make, whatever that choice is. Like Zero, Freya, Cure, they're all going to force Shiki to make the choice by the fact that they will be the ones to throw everything into chaos, just mow everyone down. And just make this situation from bad to worse. Like there's going to be death, there's going to be sacrifice, and it's going to come down to the wire with Shiki and the one singular decision he makes. And the one singular decision Shiki makes will probably ironically be the one that saves everyone. Sacrifice be damned. Like the sacrifice I think is ultimately going to be that thing of like things are going to be thrown into such chaos that the sacrifice is going to feel a little negligible by comparison, I think, in some respects. But, yeah, guys, that's all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Analyst Crunchyroll, push the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight of O.N.E signing off. Later, everyone.